regarding what is going on presently in the Nigerian police leadership,
yes,
you see that you mentioned it yourself that AIG this may be coming up. That shows that other DIGs may likely.
Yeah, I've been told by head that about 29 senior police officers will be relieved of their position from today as soon as this is sworn in, because they are, of course, his seniors. They can't operate under his command. But to be very clear, I am not here to praise the issue. Of course, I'm happy that they finally agree with me that this man was illegally appointed, because they had told the country that he would spend 4 years. I was the only person saying he's not spending 4 years. He took my passport. I start in this country since last January, when he got a judge to take my passport, Justice Lehman, that the passport don't matter to me until we fix the police force. Because the problem with police force is the reason why Nigeria is in this quandary of terrorism, banditry, and whatever you want to call it. If the police was properly managed and led, our police can take care of problems of terrorism. But if you go to the airport, the Nigerian Air Force has taken over traffic duties from the police. So the police is failing because you have a guy who has retired and is tired, and you keep him as a police IG. But that tells you what is happening with even the person who claims he's president of Nigeria. He doesn't know his left from his right. He's just rewarding loyalty, even if it's against the interests of the Nigerian country and its people. But the same thing applies to the guys in custom, it applies to immigration, it applies to the civil. All of them have their tenure extended. And these are guys who are tired. There's a reason why they said if you are 60 years old and you have started 35 years old, you should let go, because that is biologically when people can no longer function as they should.
Are you also moving for the exit of the immigration you just mentioned?
I have been on it. I'm going to fight to ensure that the immigration guys are removed as well. Customs, anybody that has retired and is tired should leave. There's no question about it, and it applies to the president too. I think he's tired.
Okay, the president is also...
Yeah, I think he's tired.
That he has been sacked regarding to some of the cases that he filed against him.
He has 5 cases against me, but I don't care whether I told everybody, including the judges, that they were wasting their time, including that one in Kuje. All the cases from today, I'm just coming from court. I have another case tomorrow. I have 2 cases on Thursday. I have another case on Friday in Kuje. All of them were filed by Agbetokun to silence me because I called him illegal IG, and he went last week, as you are aware, to go and get a judgment, one Jankara judgment from federal, I think it's the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, to ask me not to say that he's illegal IG, and that we shouldn't say that his son took 100 million naira from the police. Had been destroyed, and yes.
There were insinuations in some quarters that US mounted pressure on President Bola Tinubu to remove F0rcing, considering the fact that he changed the external security architecture, but he has not changed the internal one. What is your position on that?
I don't know why you guys just overrate the US. The US doesn't care about you. I keep telling you, the US don't care about you. It's not going to. So if they remove F0rcing, is the US going to bring in the police from the US to replace him? Of course not. We removed F0rcing because we have said from the day he was appointed, and I must tell you this today, I've said it before, I started having problem with F0rcing when he arrested people who engage in end bad governance and charged 10-year-olds for treason in this country. That's the day I swore to that I must fight this guy to finish. And when his tenure was extended, before his tenure was extended, I've been warning Tinubu not to extend his tenure. This guy is the worst police commissioner, IG, in recent times.
For the repealing of that law that was signed, IG coming was spent 4 years.
We have to repeal it. We have to allow anybody who has retired to retire and allow new bloods to take over. There are 250,000 policemen in Nigeria. You cannot keep saying that the guy who is tired is the best. It's not proper.
People are of the opinion that Tinubu is continuing with the trajectory set by the Buhari in appointing new IG from the same ethnic group. Now, it's people of opinion that DIG Frank Iba will have come in as IG. So what's your say?
I'm not in charge of appointing IGs, right? And let me make it clear today that I'm also of the opinion that there should have been diversity in the police force. It cannot be that it's only Yorubas that are the best police officers, that you have to replace an outgoing Yoruba with, any Komi Yoruba. Especially, even Tunji himself, Disu, is retiring in April. So I want to take it that his position is temporary, and they will appoint a substantive IG properly appointed when his tenure expires, But the difference between him and this guy is that his appointment was done while he's still serving. The other guy was appointed as acting IG after retirement.
Yeah. So you mentioned certain things inside regarding Ubers and like you said, many people were scared that their visa will be withdrawn. What would be your advice for those who are scared of Trump's nemesis in case they speak against him?
Well, people in America are speaking against Trump. The Supreme Court of the U.S. is taking position against Trump. There are congressmen, women, senators, even in his party, that are speaking against Trump. So there's nobody who should be afraid. Evil only thrives when good people keep silent in the face of evil. And I have no doubt, and I happen to be one of the few people first to speak against Trump bombing of Nigeria. When some Nigerians, I won't say all Nigerians, some Nigerians were celebrating Trump bombing their country on December 25th, which is outright denigration of the country called Nigeria and its people. You don't have a right to bomb another country without provocation. We are not at war with you. And you chose of all days, Christmas Day, just because you want to corral Africans who are involved in your religion, the religion that you said is pure, to support you. But imagine if you wake up, if Americans wake up one day and hear that Nigerians threw a bomb into the U.S. because they heard some racist people are living in a corner in the U.S. How would they feel? So that's a violation of international law, of course. We all know that, but we know that international law doesn't apply to America. America is the law when it comes to international affairs. So I condemn that, but I realize that a lot of people were afraid to say this, even though some of them reached out to me privately that I thought that was courageous, because they're afraid. Even the ones that are most afraid are the ones who have not even applied for the visa already. That if they say something because they heard America is going to be collecting social media information, if you say something against Trump, you are not going to get a visa. What do you need a visa for if you are going to go to the country that hates your skin color anyways? So that's what I was saying to them. And it's sad that the same Nigerians that used to fight against apartheid are afraid to speak up and stand up to these fascists known as Donald Trump in America. And I'm glad that more Americans are standing up to him. I'm even surprised that it took them this long. That's how, when citizens let down their guards, they get the worst leaders. Yes.